Jeff Sessions and his Justice Department are under fire again from President Trump. Why?
They should be looking at the Democrats. They should be looking at Podesta and all of that dishonesty. They should be looking at a lot of things. And a lot of people are disappointed in the Justice Department, including me.
The president fuming that a criminal investigation hasn't been opened yet into Hillary Clinton, the DNC, and others for stealing the Democratic primary from Bernie Sanders. He sounded off to the press about it before taking off for Hawaii earlier.
You ought to look at Hillary Clinton, and you ought to look at the new book that was just put out by Donna Brazile, where she basically bought the DNC and she stole the election from Bernie. So that's what you ought to take a look at.
Recent revelations from Donna Brazile, the DNC's own former chair, proved Mr. Trump was right that the race was rigged all along.
I'm not a Bernie Sanders fan, although I must say I got a lot of his votes when he was thrown out. I thought that was terrible.
But I'm not.
The president says people are angry. The American public deserves an FBI and DOJ investigation into this. Greg?
All right.
Care to share that comment?
This book, it kind of bugs me about when things like this happen. This information apparently was known or it was held for a book. And that's the problem with book deals, is that the truth is embargoed. People have all this juicy stuff. She should have blown the whistle right when she knew. And things might be different for the Democratic Party. They might have had a President Webb. Who knows? I'm not saying Sanders, and think about all those people that, including maybe even me, who owe Trump an apology. Remember that whole period of time when he kept saying everything was rigged?
Right.
Everything was rigged, and people would chuckle like I would chuckle, but the line for apologies...
Can you say sorry now?
No, I never apologize for anything. But the line for apologies is longer than the line for the porta potty at a chili festival.
Okay.
Wow. Charming as always
Friday.
on a Friday. Exactly. Chili Friday. Okay, so Dana, now you know Donna Brazile very well.
Do.
And she's really kind of like laying it out, giving up the goods on the DNC.
Well, I didn't know what was going to be in the book. I knew that she was writing it and that she felt like she had finally...
So you knew?
No, I did not know the content of it. I knew she wanted to write the book. I do think that she probably feels free to say whatever she wants to at this point. And she'll be on Tucker Carlson's show on Monday night, and I'm sure she'll probably have to answer a question of that, like why would you have held it back? And
she's
also,
avoiding me.
I'm sure.
My show's on Saturday. She's not on that show.
It's because the book's embargoed till Tuesday.
There you go. Embargoed.
Until Tuesday. But also, you know what? You got to hand it to them. If you are somebody who is an author of a book and you want to actually get attention for your book, this is the way to do it. I mean, this is actually a really good way to... She has the President of the United States talking about her book as he's leaving the South Lawn. I do think about one thing, is that the President being agitated at the Justice Department for all sorts of reasons I can understand. I'm not sure exactly the crime that DOJ would actually investigate here. It looks to me like it was an agreement, an arrangement. It might be wrong, might be unethical. It might be really a bummer for Bernie Sanders, who feels like he was not treated well by the DNC, but I don't see the law that was broken.
Okay, well, Jesse, so maybe some collusion, but not illegal or prosecutable or investigating.
The spirit of the law was obviously broken here, but if you follow the Clinton cash, it always leads to a scandal. Look, follow the cash, Uranium One, pay for play, fake dossier, and now the primary rigging. What happened, she acted as a predatory lender. She comes in, swoops in, bails them out, but slaps on all these ridiculous riders like, we're going to control your bank account, we're going to control your hiring and firing, we're going to control your communications team. And it wasn't really a hostile takeover.
Doesn't that sound like a good deal for her? Like she made a good deal.
She had a great deal. And Debbie Wasserman Schultz, you know, she's just as crooked as Hillary. She didn't say no. She said, bring on the cash. So that's fine. I mean, Bernie, I'd be pretty upset if I was Bernie.
Yep.
Bernie got hosed, and his supporters should be very angry. He never stood a chance because she got her tentacles in a year before the convention. Now, if she can rig a primary against Bernie, she'd certainly attempt to rig a general against Trump. You just said that. Now, the lawyers can decide if the laws were broken. The only issue is she sets up these joint fundraising committees with the DNC to bust the donor caps. She brings in all the cash and then squirrels it away for herself and doesn't give the state committees anything. That's the issue. Now, Brazile coming clean, I think, basically tells Hillary, stay in the woods with your Chardonnay. We don't want to see you anymore. But it also curries favor with the Bernie people. In in the future, and I think she's a smart player there. But Hillary can't blame a vast right-wing conspiracy for this scandal because this is Dem-on-Dem crime.
All right, well, you're giving Chardonnay a bad name, which I take issue to.
But I must say,
are
you kidding? He said Chardonnay in the woods. That's pretty enticing. I think people set up dates like that.
It's the title of my new book of poetry.
Is that right? I'll be your first buyer. I want an autographed copy, Gregory.
Or his first victim.
So I agree. I don't think there's any crime here, but I love the way Republicans are talking about this. Like, oh my God, lock her up, lock her up. This is ridiculous. But I love it because, you know what? It's so interesting to me. The DNC was on its back financially because President Obama is the one who set up the Organizing for America as a separate entity, and I think it took away a lot of money from the DNC.
Always blaming Obama.
Oh, that's me. That's me. Okay, so then here comes Hillary Clinton, who actually, guess what, is like a saving angel who comes in
nice spin, Juan.
and puts money into their pockets.
That's hilarious.
And then the second thing, no, this is the truth. You can look it up. And then, guess what? People say, oh, this is terrible now that Donna puts it in her book. But you know what? Donna's just recounting the absolute truth. She came in and said, what's going on? The bigger sin, by the way, Debbie Wasserman Schultz, who I think was incompetent, did not do a good job for the Democrats.
That's
and
true.
People said, no, well, you want to be nice to her. She's a nice person. We can work with her. She's made some mistakes. She's not a great speaker, blah, blah, blah. Too many forgiving, too many excuses made. And I think that's what led. So Donna walks in, and Donna says, oh, what a surprise. Guess what? Hillary Clinton, not only do I have to, is Hillary Clinton signing the checks, I've got to send every communication to Brooklyn, which was where her headquarters was, in order to get it approved. Why is that? Oh, because they're paying. Hey, the piper has always called the tune. I don't know where you guys are from.
But Juan,
what a nice story.
This story, it would have been a happy ending if she won. But instead, she's not. If you're going to steal the election, at least win the election.
Yeah, she couldn't even rig it.
Basically, she volunteered to be a squad leader and then led the squad into an ambush.
No,
she's the designated driver.
I don't know how you want to describe it, but she lost. If that's your point, and she should have won.
If that's your point,
win. But it's not corrupt. If you say a year in advance, by the way, a year in politics before a presidential election is not that far. Yeah. But if you say that, she actually put herself on the line with the DNC. And my problem would be it wasn't a level playing field for Bernie.
Right.
But Bernie should have known. Bernie's not a Democrat. He doesn't have connections to the state committees and people.
Why should they have bent over backwards for
Bernie?
He
exactly.
can't even call himself a Democrat.
Well, you don't have to bend over backwards, but you actually pretend to be fair. Just pretend.
What about Martin O'Malley?
They did pretend to be
yes.
fair.
Yeah,
Martin O'Malley got rigged.
That's the problem. They did pretend to be fair.
Yeah.
That was,
they needed to actually
when all the
be
emails
fair.
come out, that's why Debbie Wasserman Schultz gets ousted and why Donna has to go in and say, okay, I guess I have to take over for the next 3
Now, the Republican Party did not rig the RNC primary. Obviously not, because we would have had Ted Cruz.
Yeah, but let me just say this: the big story to my mind today is you got the President of the United States telling the Justice Department that they should go after his political opponent, and you guys don't say a word.
I'll say
That's
a word.
not the story.
It's about time. Because,
it's about time.
Yeah, because the DNC smells to high heaven. They claim they got hacked by the Russians,
Jesse,
but they can't prove
Jesse,
it.
stop. You can.
Yes, stop what? Being right?
You would want me.
And
let's say I was president.
It's funny he couched it too. He said, I shouldn't say this, but I'm saying it.
Let's say
total escape hatch.
Let's say that I was president and we had run against each other.
You're president. I'm moving to Canada.
Good. All right, but we're going to go get you now. I'm going to say to my attorney general, go get Jesse Waters and punish him. You would think that's America, Jesse?
Yeah. Well, I probably deserve it. Juan.
Oh my!
But you know what? The story.
That's Jesse's America.
The story is that this is a signal for the Dems that they have to make a clean break. You can't remarry until you get divorced, and they got to tell. They have to tell the Clintons to hit the road, although the road won't be happy. But this is somebody who gallivanted around town on their hard work. Clinton laughed all the way to the bank, and you have the Democratic Party, which is basically a Superfund site at this point.
Well, and possibly the other part of the story, Juan, to the concern, if there is one, about the president trying to weigh in and push DOJ to do something, is DOJ hasn't done it.
Right.
So the independent judiciary that was set up by our founding fathers is actually working. So the institutions have remained in place. So if you're looking for a silver lining, that might be it.
Well, I worry about Congress right now. Because when I look at people like Devin Nunes, when I look at people like, you know, it's unbelievable, Senator Grassley, and I see them, oh, yeah, well, we should look into that. We should start a separate investigation. We got to investigate Hillary. I think, what has gone on with our national security committees, which used to be the highest level that, you know, people, elder statesmen would serve there and put political loyalties aside?
Have they talked about investigating the DNC? I think they're more talking about the dossier and the uranium one.
There's nothing there, but it's all a part of,
that's what you always say.
No. This is all a part of Donald Trump's scheme to raise up dust, distract people from the Russia probe, Jesse.
Oh, really? The Russia probe?
Yeah.
The Russia probe that was like front and center forever and ever and a day. And
it's still going on. We had indictments this week.
How can you be so forgiving to the Clintons?
How
did DNC being rigged by Hillary turn into Russia, Juan? Talk about diversion.
Diversion?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. No indictments.
Well done.
No indictments
this week. You're so
week.
off topic, it's not even funny.
No guilty plea this week. No, nothing like that going on. We don't have Hope Hicks pretty soon to be interviewed by the special counsel.
If Hillary was president, she'd probably rig it. So
there you go. Oh, back to Hillary.
Trump doesn't interfere.
Diversion, America.
No, but every time you say that, Juan, you're giving another lifeline to Hillary. Why don't you cut the lifeline?
You
Let
love
him go.
No, wait. What would you do for
You're afraid to criticize Hillary.
That's a good point.
You would be at a loss without Hillary.
That's how selfless I am, Juan.
What a man.
I'm willing to give up an opportunity for humor, a segment on Hillary. If she goes away, I'm saying it's better for America.
Did you read Trump's tweets today?
He knows she was corrupt because of the whole Clinton Foundation.
I didn't like that.
You took issue with that from the beginning, so I don't know why you're not cutting the dead weight.
But you know what? For people who are interested in humor, how can you get past President Trump's tweets today about Pocahontas agreeing with him on Hillary?
That's great. And it's classic because, remember, she denied the rigging, and now she's saying she's with it. That's my point. She should be one of the people that says, I'm sorry, Trump, you were right.
She's the
right about what?
About the rigging.
What rigging? That she helped out the DNC?
It was rigged. Pocahontas even said so.
It was a quid quo pro. And I don't even know what that means, but I saw it on a Perry Mason episode.
Pocahontas po.
Quid pro
I plugged Tucker Carlson having Donna on Monday, but I have her on Tuesday on the Daily Briefing.
Oh, somebody
well
special.
Done.
I hope she embargoes something for you, Dana.
I have Lawrence Savant.
Hopefully she'll hold something back for me.
Okay, fantastic. Donna, do it. She'll buy you some wine after.